So how can we refactor this to a better design? The first step in refactoring our application is to identify the responsibilities that are likely to change. In this case, we can see that the three things that our checkout method are doing is processing payment, reserving inventory, and sending notifications. We can break these out into separate interfaces as seen here at the bottom, where we have a payment processor with an operation for processing credit cards, a reservation service that can reserve inventory, and a notification service that can notify that a customer order has been created. Then we can take the order class and break it up into smaller classes that have fewer responsibilities and only use the interfaces that are appropriate for them. So for example, we might identify an online order, which is created on the website, and the website only knows about online orders, as you can see from this new UML diagram with the dependencies shown. The online order makes use of all three of these interfaces because it has to do credit card processing, reservations, as well as notifications. However, the retail point of sale can work with different order objects. In this case, there could be a point of sale credit order, which would still know how to process payments using this shared interface, or the point of sale cash order, which would not have any dependencies on any of these interfaces because none of them are concerns of a cash transaction at the point of sale. If we look at the code to see how this is done, we'll see that we start now with an abstract class order that takes in a cart, since most of the operations we're working on are cart, and exposes a virtual checkout method that, for the sake of argument, we'll say logs the order to the database as part of its processing. Then the online order will go ahead and make use of these interfaces and new up a payment processor, reservation service, and notification service. And then you can see that its checkout method looks very similar to the one we started out with, in which we process the credit card, reserve our inventory, and then make a notification to the customer. A separate class for point of sale credit order will have only the dependencies and responsibilities that concern it, in this case the payment processor, and so its checkout method will merely do payment processing and of course the base checkout. And we see that the point of sale cash order is very simple now at this point. It merely needs to implement the class of order and allow the base class to take over the responsibility of performing the checkout. Now what this means is that if we decide that we need to change who our payment processor is, that responsibility no longer lives within any of these order classes. It's been completely abstracted away into a payment processor class. Likewise, if we decide to change how we notify our customers, that's in a separate method as well, and it's only even affecting the online order implementation, and the point of sale system will have no impact from changes to how we notify customers.